Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do now with my database is I'm going to create a data entry form, which will include all the fields from the Add Sports table. That is the table that I just imported from this file here. And I'm going to use a drop-down menu in the location field to accept only these values here, okay? So I'm going to have to create a tool when I do that data entry form. Let me show you how we're going to do that, okay? And our evidence will be to trace the screenshot of the drop-down menu and how we have limited the data entry in these 5 values here, okay? So let me show you how we're going to do that. Okay, so we'll go back to our database, okay? We imported, as we said in the first one, we imported this table here. These are the values that we have for this table, okay? Now, I always like to, if I'm going to go on to either import another table, create a form, create a query, whatever it is that I'm going to do, I like to close any tables, anything else that I have open. Yep, I'd like to save all that, okay? Just to make sure that I don't, by mistake, click on something and change something that'll give me errors down the road, okay? So once again, I'm going to create a data entry form, okay? So go back here, I go to create, okay? In the create tab, we've got all sorts of wizards, okay? We can create tables, we can create queries, we can create forms, we can create reports, okay? And as our test instruction says, we're going to create a data entry form. So we're going to create a form, okay? So I go into my form wizard, okay? And there it is, okay? I can see the table that I've imported there. If I had other tables that I imported, I could hit this drop-down arrow and it would show me all my other tables. But for now, I've just got the one, okay? And these are all my fields that I have in this table. And I can import them one at a time, okay? If I made a mistake and I don't want that, I can hit this back arrow and it'll put it back, okay? And just to reconfirm, okay, they tell me, include all the fields from the Add Sports table, okay? So I'm gonna go back to my database and I'm going to hit this double arrow, boom, and that imports all of my fields. Okay, so I'm going to hit next, yep. We'll keep it a columnar, okay, unless they say create a tabular data sheet or justified, we'll keep columnar as the default. Next, what do we want the title for the form? Okay, let's go back. Let's see if there is a title for the form. Oh, sorry, that is my evidence file. Okay, so it says a data entry form which will include all the fields from the Add Sports table. Okay, so they don't tell me that I have to give this a specific name or a title, but I'm going to give it a unique one just so that I know what it is that I did. And I'm going to call this Add form to view or enter the information? Absolutely, okay? And there we are, okay? So this is a form. Essentially what this is, this is created for users so that they can put in information that will add to my database and show up in my table here, okay? So I've got my course code here, I've got my activity here, I've got my types, I've got my ratings, I've got my location, residential, course cost, duration, all that stuff, okay? And you can see it's filled with values. And if you go down here, you can see that I'm on record 1 of 300. Okay, so I'm just going to open up my table to show you how this form is related to the table. Okay, so this is record 1 of 300. If I go to my table, open up my table, okay, I can see here, okay, I got my records as well. So my record 1 of 300 is this. Okay, so my form is simply showing all of this information in this table. It's showing it in this type of format, okay? It's just easier for some users to sort of input this type of information than it is sometimes in this format, right in a table, okay? But whatever I do to this table in this form, it'll be replicated because they are both related. When I created this form, I imported all the information from this table here, this Add Sports table here, okay? All right, so I'm just going to close that so I don't create any more mistakes or errors on my table. And I just want to work with my form. Okay, so next thing they asked me to do is I want to use a drop-down menu in the location field to accept only Cornwall, Ireland, Scotland, Wales, and France. Okay, so I'm going to go back, and I can see that I've got a location box here, okay? But look at that, see? That's a drop-down menu that doesn't allow me to select any value. So this is the thing I've got to change. I've got to change this location, and I've got to create a drop-down menu that's unique. Okay, so to do that, it's going to double-click on my, I double-click on my form, okay? I can double-click on my form and I get my views here. I could also, if I wanted to, go up to the view and select the types of views that I want, okay? So I am in design view right now. I want to go to don't want to go to layout view. I want to go to design view, okay? I'm in design view now, okay? And I can move these boxes around, okay? Watch what I can do. I can move this box around if I want, okay? And delete stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of this location, okay? I'm going to get rid of this location box and I'm going to replace it with a combo box. Okay, so first things first, let's get rid of, I'm just going to go back to home. So, so first things first, I'm going to get rid of this location thing. So I'm going to hit delete on that. I'm going to hit, sorry, what I'm doing right here is selecting it, and then I'm double clicking on my mouse, and I'm just hitting delete, okay? Now, I'm going to go back to my design tab, okay? And in here, we've got all sorts of things that we can put on our forms. We've got text box. We've got labels, we've got buttons, we've got tab controls, hyperlinks, all these things. If you put your cursor on top of it, okay, it'll show you what it is that you can do. For the purposes of the test, usually they'll ask you to insert a button or a combo box and sometimes a sometimes a list, I believe. Where's the list? Radio button, sometimes they'll, or sorry, option button they'll ask sometimes as well. There it is, a list box, okay? But what we want is a combo box, okay? So I will click on the combo box, all right? And then I'll click on the spot where I want it, okay? I want the combo box to get the values from another table or query, okay? I don't want to do that, okay? I will type in the values that I want, okay? So yes, okay? Now I get this little combo box wizard. And the values that I want, go back. Values that I wanted is I want Cornwall, Ireland, Scotland, Wales, and France in this order. Okay, so let me go back to that. Okay, so first thing I want. Cornwall. Second value that I want is to be Wales is my fourth one, and my last one is France. Okay, remember the value for later use? No, I want to store whatever I put in that combo box. I want to store it in my location field. Okay, hit next. Okay, I don't want, by default, the label beside my combo box is going to say combo 17. I don't want it to say that. I wanted to call it. Great. So that's what I've done. Okay, I've created a combo box. I'm just going to move these over here. Okay. You can see, okay, so this location is set up with, sorry, this combo box is set up with location, okay? The way I can move these around, okay, see the little square there, all right? If I click on the square and I get that I get that quadruple arrow box thing, I can move them around separately, okay? If I hit on Control and I click on both of them, they'll move together as one, okay? So I'm just going to hit, double click, hit form view, see what that looks like. And that looks great, great. So I've done it, okay? I've created a drop-down combo box. All right, so let's see what my next step is. My next step says, place into your evidence document screenshots to show the drop-down menu and how you've limited data to these 5 values only. Okay, so let me show you what you have to do then. So I'm going to go back here. I'm into my form. I created it. That's wonderful. Okay, screenshot of that will do probably, but for the purpose of the test, to make sure that you have it. Okay, go into design view. All right, and double click on the location box, one that's on the right that will show it. Okay, I'll go into properties, select properties. Okay, once I'm in the property sheet, okay, I go into data. Oops. Sorry. What do I want? I want the. Let's go back here. Okay, so double click on my form properties. Okay, so I want location label. Okay. Not location label. Okay, so to get the full properties, I double click on the combo box that I've created, and I select properties, and I will get my property sheet up here. Okay, it shows that it's combo box 17, and these are all my values. Okay, so for my evidence, I'm just going to expand this over. For my evidence, the best evidence I have is this. No doubt this shows the guy who's marking my test that I've created a combo box, and these are the values only in that. Okay, so I'm going to take a screenshot of that. That is going to be in evidence 6. So I'm going to go back into this. This is evidence 6. Okay. Great. Okay, so that's my evidence 6 there. That shows, just going to span it a little bit more so we can see it. That clearly shows that I've created a combo box, and those are the values in there. Okay. All right, moving on. We're just going to add the following record to the add sports table. Okay, let me quickly do that. I can probably do that in I'll do it in the next video. Okay, so the next video, we'll add the following record, paste that evidence, and we'll do the other stuff as well.